Welcome back, everybody, to the Cleveland Guardians franchise here on MLB The Show 22. We've got a busy episode today, not only covering the major leagues, but also AA and AAA. I want to get a look at the present and future of our big league level, and there are a number of players who we're going to get to use for the first time, which should be pretty exciting. Since we started this series, we've completely revamped the farm system, adding a number of high-level prospects through trades and the draft. This will be our first opportunity to use last year's draft picks such as Zane Rowley and Ramon Ramiro, and we're also going to get our first look at some of the guys we've acquired recently, such as Edward Cabrera. We started this series with only one A potential prospect. Now we have four, three of which are currently ranked in the top 50 prospects. Brayan Rocchio is currently ranked in as our 19th overall prospect in all of baseball. And then behind him, our second round pick, Ramon Ramiro, is in 45th. And Zane Rowley, our first round pick, is in 50th. George Valera has also been on and off the top 50 list, so I would say he's pretty much right on the border of being in that 50 range as well. We're going to start in AA. The Akron Rubber Ducks are 14-7. Our top three guys in the order are probably our best three prospects overall. There's shortstop Brayan Rocchio, who mainly spent last year in AAA, but he's got a lot of work to do. He struggled last year in AAA, so for now he's going to play in AA. Our very first draft pick of the series, Zane Rowley, who has been great so far, hitting .344. He's a phenomenal contact hitter, and so far since entering our organization, all he's done is hit the ball. Ramon Ramiro was our second round pick. It's very hard to find 8 potential players out of the first round, and we did. Ramiro's gotten off to a pretty solid start of his own with a 792 OPS, which in comparison to AA hitters is actually quite better than a 792 OPS at the major league level. Kevin Alcantara, Dustin Harris, and Escobar Nakata de Lima are other talented players who have the upside of being everyday major leaguers in the future. The rotation is very talented as well. Daniel Espino is one of our best pitching prospects. He's having a great year so far. And then down the board, we drafted 4 pitchers last year, and those are the other 4 in the rotation. Ricky Watkins, Pedro Perez, Marcos Villalobos, and Nick Worth. The best of that group is Ricky Watkins. He was our third round pick, a lefty from Jamaica. We're going to get to pitch with him today, which should be a lot of fun. I believe he has like 86 potential, so pretty high. And we're going to get a start with him, which will be his 4th as a AA player. The bullpen is a couple notable guys as well. So our AA team is really talented. The lineup has a number of future Major League everyday players. The rotation has at least 3 or 4 guys who I think are going to be full-time Major League starters as well. So it should be a lot of fun as we hop into this game here against the Bowie Bay Sox, the AA affiliate of the Baltimore Orioles. We know the Bay Sox quite well from our Orioles series last year, although nobody on their AA roster really was in the series last year, kind of ironically. But, oh well, it is what it is. A nice opportunity here for the AA squad to get another win, get our first look at some of our draft picks, such as Zane Rowley, Ramon Ramiro, and Ricky Watkins. Dean Kremer is starting for Bowie. He has spent a sum of 3 seasons in the majors, has a career ERA in the 7s. So, not all that good as he walks Brayan Rocchio to open up the game. Rocchio is a guy who I think could possibly sniff some Major League playing time at the end of the year, depending on how he plays in AA and AAA this season. That'll bring up Zane Rowley, who crushes a pitch outside of his zone for a single into center. Rowley's hitting .344, playing fantastic up to this point. That'll bring up Ramon Ramiro, who hits it nicely into left field. That one goes off the wall, possibly for extra bases. We've got a base-running blunder here with Rowley and Ramiro, and Rowley will eventually be tagged out. Yeah, this is a AA baseball team you have to keep in mind. There are going to be silly mistakes. Zane Rowley is 18 years old. Ramon Ramiro is 18 years old. It's going to happen. That'll bring up Kevin Alcantara, acquired in a trade last year with the Cubs. Shoots that one into the left center gap. That'll go for an extra base hit. Rocchio and Ramiro will both score, so it's a 2-run double for Alcantara. And the Rubber Ducks are on the board 2-0. The first 4 batters have either walked or gotten a base hit. Not too bad from the top of this order. 2 away now for Escobar Nakata de Lima, one of our international free agents. He's going to single into left field. That'll score Alcantara, who slides home safely. So it's an RBI single for Nakata de Lima, and Akron now leads 3-0. Let's get a look at Ricky Watkins, his 4th Major League start. In 3 starts so far, he's gone an unbelievable 26 innings. So, pretty much he's pitched 2 complete games and another game where he lasted 8 innings. That is remarkable. Nice play at short by Carson Tucker, one of our former first-round picks a couple of years ago. Into the 2nd inning now, one away for Rocchio. He will get that one into left field, likely for extra bases. He's a speedster, 82 speed, showing it off there with a double. So with one away, we've got ourselves a runner in scoring position. That'll bring up Zane Rowley. Count is full for the Dutch native. Lines that one to second. What a grab! Possibly saving a run. It's Cullen who makes the play for a second out of the inning. Great defense there by the Bay Sox, as that'll bring up Ramon Ramiro, who also got a hit in his first at-bat. Ramiro crushes this one into the right center gap. That one will drop for a ground rule double, his 2nd double of the day. Still looking for his first professional home run. That one looked like it had a chance, but still a very productive at-bat nonetheless. Into the bottom of the 2nd, runner on first, one away from the 3rd baseman, Christopher Morel, one of the better prospects on this Bowie roster. He's going to double it. However, the runner is tagged out, headed to home. Great throw out and right by Nakata de Lima over to the cutoff man who sends it to the plate. So it remains 4-0 as we move to the 3rd. Dustin Harris is up, played in AAA last year, mainly struggled. That one goes into center field as the outfielder cannot make the play. Dustin Harris has some wheels for a corner outfielder. 81 speed. He can move as he gets a no-out double. 2 away. Harris now at 3rd. The catcher, Kike Rios, who lines this one into left field for a base hit. The Rubber Ducks have now scored in the first 3 innings today as it is a 5-0 ball game. Looks like we chose a good game to watch. The offense is really hitting the ball well up to this point. Bottom 3, here's the 2nd baseman, Greg Cullen, little lefty-on-lefty crime as he grounds it to 2nd, and Ramiro completely misses it, so that'll go for a hit. As good of an offensive player as Ramon Ramiro is, he's got a lot of work to do defensively, showing why on that play. That'll bring up the number 3 hitter, Irvin Montenegro, who flies this one into right. Kevin Alcantara will make the grab. Pretty good first 3 innings. The Rubber Ducks up top, 5-0. The team looks pretty solid so far. Into the 4th inning, Zane Rowley crushes this one into right center field. That one will go in front of a wall, likely for extra bases. Rowley rounding 2nd. He wants 3. The throw from the cutoff man. It's going to be close. He got him. Gutsy decision by Zane Rowley to keep going, and it backfires. Great defense by the Bowie Bay Sox as it remains 5-0 into the bottom of the 4th. The Rubber Ducks looking to turn 2, and they do. It's a 4-6-3 double play. Ramiro over to the shortstop, Tucker over to Bossier as it remains 5-0. Now we go to the 6th inning. New pitcher in for Bowie. This is Esteban Cordova on the mound, the lefty. He also pitched in the 5th inning as Akron opens up the frame with an infield single for Carson Tucker. That'll bring up Zane Rowley now, one away. Hitting from the right side of the plate. He is a switch hitter. Pitch from Cordova grounds it right to short. Looks like it'll be a double play, and it is. Not a great throw by the 2nd baseman, but they are able to make the play. And the offense has cooled off a little bit since Esteban Cordova entered the game. Ricky Watkins still pitching very well. However, the Bay Sox are going to open up the inning with a base hit. Runner rounding first, headed to 2nd. The throw from Rowley is in time. Zane Rowley decided to try to bait the runner into going 2nd by getting to the ball slowly, and it pays off. What a play there by Rowley, who got thrown out earlier, so he makes up for it, throwing out Greg Cullen for the first out of the inning. 2 away for the cleanup bat, Andrew Dasbach, who's going to hit this one into the right center gap. That would have scored a run had Cullen not decided to be aggressive. So it'll be a 2-out double for the Bay Sox. A base hit will drive him in. We'll see if they're able to do so, as that'll bring up the number 5 hitter, Shane Fontana. 2 for 2 so far today. Can he make it 3 for 3? He does. That'll be a single into right field. Runner rounding 3rd, headed to the plate. The throw from Alcantara is offline. So the Bay Sox are finally on the board. They cut the deficit down, making it 5-1. Logan Porter is now up for Bowie. He's going to fly this one into center field. Rowley under it to make the play. And so that'll end the 6th inning. That'll also end Ricky Watkins' day. 6 very strong innings from him, only allowing 1 run. And now we move to the top of the 7th. Ramon Ramiro, 3 for 3, going to make it 4 for 4. Ramiro excels against lefties. Cordova is a lefty, so that'll be a double for Ramiro, who has 3 extra base hits today. He has been fantastic up to this point, and with nobody out, he's got a great opportunity to score. Now there's runners on first and second, one away for Escobar Nakata de Lima. He hits this one into the gap, likely for extra bases. Ramiro will score. Dustin Harris looks to follow him. It'll be a 2-run double for Escobar Nakata de Lima, and the Rubber Ducks now lead this game 7-1 as the lead continues to increase further and further. The first baseman, Brandon Bozier, is now up. 3-1 pitch, lines it into center. That one will also go for a base hit. Nakata de Lima rounds third, headed home. He is safe. And the Rubber Ducks now lead this game 8-1. A 3-run 7th inning for Akron. We're going to transition into the bottom of the 8th. Tobias Myers is on the mound here for Akron. What a play by Ramiro. However, the runner is safe. Myers pitched in the 7th inning, did a pretty good job. He is this team's lone reliever, and Akron's hoping he'll go the rest of the game. Cullen grounds it to second. Ramiro to Tucker, over to Bozier, and it is a 4-6-3 double play. Good job by the defense to retire 2. Logan Porter now in the bottom of the 9th with 1 away. Another opportunity for a double play. Bang! Ball game over. The Bay Sox lose to our Akron Rubber Ducks by the final score of 8-1. The offense was good. The pitching was good. The defense was also pretty good for the most part. So overall, a very complete win for Akron. The offense was really good. Ramon Ramiro with 4 hits. Nakata de Lima, 3 hits, 3 RBIs. We had 16 hits as a team, 8 of which went for doubles. Nakata de Lima and Ramiro had 2. Roquio, Rowley, Harris, and Alcantara also had 1. We had, I think, 5 different players drive in runs, and a great performance on the mound for Ricky Watkins, who did not strike out a single batter, but 6 innings, 9 hits, 1 earned run. That's a good outing. 4 strikeouts combined by these two teams. Double-A baseball is a lot different. You don't see as many home runs. There's really not as much offense in general, but there's also clearly not as many strikeouts because the pitching talent isn't quite as good. So now moving on to Triple-A, we're going to look at the Columbus Clippers, who were not all that good last year. We're not ranked all that high, but we are 15-9. We've got a number of notable prospects here, including George Valera, who was fantastic last year in Double-A. So far in Triple-A, he's been equally as good. If he keeps this up, I could see him being an everyday major leaguer possibly by August of this year. Bobby Bradley's an interesting one. He kind of struggled last year in the majors, hitting 203. In Triple-A, it's been even worse. He's hitting 120 with an OPS under 500. Not good. Our other notable prospects here include Tyler Freeman, Gabriel Arias, who is only hitting 233, but he also has 4 dingers, and Will Benson, who so far is struggling this year. We've got some older players as well, like Jalen Davis and Carlos Santana, and our catcher, Brett Cumberland, is hitting like 430-something. The pitching staff is really good. Everybody's having a fantastic season, the best of which has been Edward Cabrera, who we acquired in the last episode from the Marlins in exchange for Nolan Jones. Cabrera has been very good for us so far, and if he keeps at it, he could be in our rotation again, possibly as soon as, say, July or August. So hopefully he can continue to play at a high level. He is the only A potential pitching prospect in our organization. He's also the only A potential prospect in general on this AAA roster, although I think George Valera has 89, so he's pretty close. We're going to simulate a few days because I want to pitch with Cabrera, and unfortunately Tyler Freeman broke his hand, so we're not going to get to use him today, which is kind of unfortunate because I was excited to get another look at him, but he's going to be sidelined for a month or 2 with that injury, so he'll return likely in June or possibly, at the worst case, around the All-Star break. So here we go, AAA baseball against the Iowa Cubs, the AAA affiliate of, you guessed it, the Chicago Cubs. Dear God, what an awful first pitch. That was hard to watch. That guy looks like single-A material, for crying out loud. Here's a look at both lineups. Regular starters here for the Clippers, except for no Tyler Freeman, obviously. So Aaron Brocco, who had a great year in Double-A last year, will play second base instead. Here's Edward Cabrera, 5 starts in AAA with the Marlins and our organization. He's been really good so far. 1.82 ERA, 1.04 WHIP, 33 strikeouts in just under 30 innings. Looking to keep it going as he faces off against Baby Shark himself, Gerardo Parra, with 2 away, who flies it into left. Will Benson makes the play. An easy, routine 1-2-3 inning for Edward Cabrera as we move into the bottom of the first. Anderson Espinoza, one of the better pitching prospects in the Cubs organization, is on the mound. As the first batter, Jalen Davis rips that one off the wall for what looks like a double. This is a very high wall. Keep in mind, we'll see how that affects these batters. So Davis is in scoring position. That'll bring up Bobby Bradley with 2 away, who mashes a bomb into right field. You can't forget about it. A 2-run shot for Bradley, and the Columbus Clippers are on the board here in the first inning. It's 2-0. Bobby Bradley with his 3rd home run of the season. I know it's been a rough year for Bobby Bradley. He is not hitting the ball well at all, but the pop is still in that bat. He's just had a harder time, showing that. Hopefully that can be a sign of things to come here going forward for Bradley as we move to the 2nd. The former Oriole, Anthony Santander, grounds it to Bradley, who makes a great play defensively. So Bradley has a home run, and he is a sick play in the field. Pretty good start to the game for Bobby Bradley, if I do say so myself. Chase Strumpf strikes out, one of the best prospects in this organization. So he goes down looking. 2 scoreless for Edward Cabrera, who's pitching it pretty darn good to start this one off. That was actually in the 3rd inning, I apologize. So that's 3 scoreless for Cabrera as we move to the 4th. Nobody out here for Gerardo Parra, who will hit this one into the right center gap for extra bases. It'll be a double. So if nobody out, Iowa has a runner in scoring position. This is a great opportunity for them to finally get on the board. The former Major League catcher John Hicks grounds it to 2nd. Bracco makes the play at 1st. But the runner does come home to score. So it is now a 2-1 ball game. The Cubs cut the lead in half. Bottom of the 4th, here's Bobby Bradley, homer in his last at-bat. Might have just did it again. That pitch is high and deep into straightaway center field, and it is gone. A multi-home run game for Bobby Bradley, who had 2 home runs all season going into this matchup, and here in his first 2 at-bats, he adds 2 more. The high wall not proven to be a problem for Big Bradley. That one goes 425 feet, and the Clippers lead 3-1. All 3 runs so far courteous of big number 44, Bobby Bradley, who we know is a major league talent. He just is not showing it this year. 2 away now for Bracco, singles it into center. Bracco is a switch-hitting, versatile infielder who only has deep potential, but I do like him. I think he's a pretty talented player and has made his way up our organization throughout this series. Into the 5th inning, here is Pete Crow Armstrong from her first-round pick of the Mets. Strikes out on the circle change. Nice pitch by Cabrera, who is currently wheeling and dealing. Trent Giambrone is up now. He's hitting .476 this year as he hits this one high. Pretty deep. In left field, that one goes off the tippy top of the wall. Not quite enough for a homer. Instead, it'll be a double. So with 2 away, Giambrone is in scoring position, and the Cubbies have another opportunity to cut this deficit down. That'll bring up leadoff hitter Andrew Stevenson. He's going to single this one into center field, and the former National looks like he just drove in a run as Giambrone is sliding safely to the plate, and it is now a 3-2 ball game. The Iowa offense starting to hit the ball a little bit better here against Cabrera. Chase Strumpf now singles it into right field. Bradley not able to make the play that time. And now Cabrera is really starting to lose that juice that he had in the first few innings of this game. 2 on, 2 out now for Baby Shark, who's going to line this one into right field. It is caught by Jalen Davis. So the Cubs leave 2 on, but they do drive in 1. So that'll make it a 2-3 ball game. Bottom 5, Carlos Santana with a swing and a drive into right field, and it is gone. Slam Tana, the veteran, will double the lead as it's now 4-2. These left-handed hitters are slugging the ball today. 2 home runs for Bradley, now 1 for Slam Tana. His 3rd of the year, that goes 427 feet, and the Clippers now lead 4-2. That'll bring up George Valera, one of the best prospects of this organization, and in my opinion, the best prospect on this AAA roster. Hits that one into the opposite field for a double. So with 1 away, the speedy Valera is in scoring position for the sweet spot of the lineup. Valera now on 3rd base here for Bobby Bradley. He might have just hit his 3rd home run of the day. Does it have enough carry? Not quite. It goes off the top of the wall, just shy of what would have been his 3rd home run of the ball game. It will go for an RBI double, so still a good at-bat here for Bradley, who has now driven in 4 runs today, and it's a 5-2 lead. Into the 6th inning, Edward Cabrera still in. That decision proves to pay off. 1-2-3 inning goes down the Iowa Cubs. That'll end Cabrera's evening. 6 innings, 2 earned runs. He pitched pretty well. Not his best outing of the year, but a very respectable one nonetheless. The Clippers hope Joan Adon can get through a couple of innings. He's had a good season so far, but his day does not start off great. Pete Crow Armstrong hits that one into the left center gap. Again, it is a deep outfield. A lot of room back there. And Pete Crow Armstrong will capitalize, rounding second, sliding into 3rd for a triple. So he is now 90 feet away from home plate with his first triple of the season. 2 away now for Stevenson. Weak grounder to the pitcher. Adon makes the play. The throw to first in time. Good play by Bradley to lunge over and get it. So Adon does not allow any runners to score. Still remains 5-2 here now in the 8th. Santander goes down looking on the fastball. 1-2-3 inning there for Joan Adon, and the score remains unchanged. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th. The Clippers looking for some insurance runs. Bobby Bradley grounds that one up the middle. What a play by the shortstop, Sergio Alcantara, who prevents Bradley from getting his 4th hit of the game. Alcantara is a small guy, 5'9", about 150. Now runner on first, one away for Will Benson, who hits this one high and deep into right field. See you later. A no-doubter off the scoreboard. Benson with his first home run of the season. The Clippers have gone deep 4 times today, all of which by left-handed hitters. 409 feet is the distance, and Will Benson appears to have iced this game. 2 away now for Crow Armstrong. What a play at second by Aaron Bracco to save a run and to end the game. 7-2 is your final. A great win here for the Columbus Clippers. Both minor league teams looked really good today. The Clippers, again, with an all-around team effort. The defense was good. The offense was good. The pitching was good. Their offense really was not that impressive. 2 runs, 7 hits. Edward Cabrera really pitched well today. Their bullpen was pretty solid, but our offense was just too good. Bobby Bradley was a man on a mission. 3 for 4, 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. Santana and Benson also go deep. Cabrera pitches 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, only 2 strikeouts. I wish the strikeout number was higher, but still a good outing from him nonetheless. So the AA team wins, the AAA team wins. Now we're going for the clean sweep as we look at the Major League team. The Guardians are 8-14. We simulated 3 games already today, going 1-2. It's a very close race in the Central between us, the Royals, and the White Sox. After the 17th of May, the only games we have in May are against the Royals and the White Sox, which we're going to go over those 4 series in the next episode. The injury bug is really hitting us hard. Omar Narvaez, torn finger ligament. He'll be out 1 to 2 months. So Victor Caratini will now be the full-time starter, which might not be the worst thing in the world because Caratini has been a lot better this year than Omar Narvaez. But still, it would have been nice to still have Narvaez healthy. I think, assuming Caratini still is playing well, even when Narvaez comes back, I would imagine Victor Caratini probably will remain as the full-time starter. Other than that, nothing overly notable about the team, other than the fact that we're playing pretty well. We've got a 4-game set against the Angels. Of course, the one pitcher we're missing out on is Shohei Ohtani. I wanted to play against him. We're going to play this 3rd game instead, winning the first 2, including a 1-0 shutout with Shane Bieber pitching it. Bieber has been a Cy Young, not just candidate, but probably the favorite in the American League so far. He's been unbelievable this year. So that'll bring us to the 3rd and final game of the day, looking at the Major League squad. The 22-15 Guardians take on the 21-16 Angels. With a win, the Angels and Guardians would have the same record, so hopefully that does not come to fruition. Here's a look at both lineups, 1-9, again, regular starters for both sides. As we look at Cal Quantrill starting for Cleveland, obviously the hype has been around how well Shane Bieber has pitched, but Quantrill is quietly having an all-star level season, pitching very well up to this point with a sub-3 ERA and a sub-1 whip as he gets Mike Trout to go down looking. Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani hit right next to each other in this Angels lineup. Arguably the 2 best players in baseball. Hell, I wouldn't even say it's arguably. I don't think anyone has a case against those 2. Griffin Canning is starting for the Angels. He's had a great year for them. 2.6 ERA, 1.02 whip. So we should have a high-level pitching battle today with how well these 2 guys have fared. Miles Straw leads it off for Cleveland. He's had a pretty good season so far this year despite not having a home run yet. He singles it into right field, so the leadoff man is aboard. Straw has some wheels as well, but it looks like that's not going to matter as Jose Ramirez grounds it into a double play. Ramirez was unbelievably good the first 3 weeks of the season. Since then, he's kind of gone cold. Hasn't been the same Jose Ramirez. Hopefully, he can get back together as we go into the 2nd. 2 away for Anthony Rendon. He gets this one into the left center gap for extra bases. Rendon's not the fastest, only 22 speed, but he will round into second safely for a double. So with 2 away, he is in scoring position. We'll see if the Angels can drive him in. It's the veteran middle infielder, Aledmus Diaz, who hits this one into the right center gap. Naylor and Ramos both cannot get to it. That'll go for a ground rule double. So the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim are on the board as it's 1-0. Doesn't look like they're done, however. David Dahl singles it into center. Diaz will score. Good throw from Ramos, but unfortunately just a little bit off the mark. So it is now a 2-0 Angel lead. Big swing there from Dahl. That'll bring up the catcher, Max Stassi, and the hits just keep on coming. That one's going to go for extra bases. Dahl on his horse, scoring from first. It's an RBI double for Max Stassi. The end of the Angels lineup is the one doing this damage. The 6 through 9 hitters, nice, are the ones making these plays. David Fletcher is now up, the leadoff man. Skies this one into right center. Elliot Ramos will make the play. But still a good inning for the Angels. They score 3 runs. All of their base runners got on when there was 2 outs, fittingly. So now we move on to the bottom of the second. Med Rosario's up. He's had a slow start to the year, just like last year. What a play by Anthony Rendon at the hot corner to make the play. Good start here early for the Angels. They lead this one 3-0. Into the top of the third now. We'll see if Los Angeles can keep the offense going. Rafael Ortega is up, and he's going to ground this one to the pitcher. Quantrill trying to make the play. The throw to first, not in time, so that'll go for an infield single for Rafael Ortega, and the Angels open up the inning with a base runner. 2 away now for Jared Walsh. That one is hit high and deep in the left, and it goes off the wall. Ortega rounding third. Bad throw from Straw. He's going to be safe at the plate, so it is now 4-0. Of course, Quantrill can get Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani out, but he doesn't get Ortega and Walsh out. I will say Jared Walsh is a pretty good hitter. I shouldn't really discount him. Now we move to the bottom of the 4th inning. Still 4-0. Miles Straw singles. The Guardians have not gotten a base runner since Miles Straw singled earlier in the game as Jose Ramirez gets plunked. So now the Guardians have runners on first and second. 2 away for Josh Bell. Now we've got runners on the corners. Bell lines that one over the glove of the second baseman. Straw will score with no problem. We'll see if Jose Ramirez can score him. Rounding third. Headed home. The throw to the plate is not in time. It's a 2-run double for Josh Bell. And the Guardians are on the board as it's now a 4-2 ball game. Josh Bell quietly having a great season for Cleveland at the plate. If he keeps it up, there's a shot he could possibly make the All-Star team. Base hit to start the 5th inning for David Fletcher, so he is aboard. That'll bring up Rafael Ortega. Hits this one nicely into center. That one will clonk off of Ramos' head, and he caught it. What a weird play. So I think that deflected off of his head, and he somehow caught it. The most impressive part is that he caught it while just getting a concussion, it appears. So, unfortunately, Ramos is going to be taken out of the game. Obviously, concussions are no joke. Let's look at this replay, though. Just an unbelievable play. Doink, and he somehow makes the play. I don't know how he did that, but he did. Unfortunately, with this head injury, Ramos was going to have to be taken out of the game. I guess that first throw, when he didn't get rid of the ball, kind of signaled that something was up. So, Stephen Kwan will replace him in center field. 1 away now for Trout. Grounds this one to Ramirez. That'll be a double play. Not a great start for Trout. He is 0 for 3. Shohei 0 for 2 up to this point. That'll end Cal Quantrill's day. 5 innings, 4 earned runs. Not his best outing, but not terrible either. Josh Naylor leads off the bottom of the 5th. 1-1 pitch. Hits it high. Deep in the right center field. It is gone. Solo home run for Josh Naylor. And the Guardians bring the lead within 1 as it's now 4-3. Naylor with his first home run of the year. He hasn't hit the ball all that well this season, only hitting around 220 as well. Good to see him square up and hit that one nicely to put the Guardians back on the board. Into the 6th inning, Alex Vesia is on the mound to replace Quantrill. The lefty's had a great season with a 1.23 ERA as he strikes out Shohei Ohtani on the slider. Little lefty-on-lefty crime. Ohtani now 0 for 3 today. So that'll bring up Jared Walsh, another lefty. He goes down looking again on the slider. This time it's a little bit inside as he goes down looking. 2 away now for Rendon as Vesia looks for the 1-2-3 inning. Unfortunately, he's not going to get it. Rendon has had a great day at the plate. Singles it into left field. On a day where Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani have done nothing, it's been Rendon who has hit the ball very well for them. Alebis Diaz grounds it to third. Ramirez misses the throw to second. And Marte, as he's in motion of throwing it to first, tags second. Again, what a weird defensive play, but it'll work. Score remains 4-3 as we move to the bottom half of the inning. The sweet spot of the order, 2-3-4 up, 2 and 3 didn't do anything, so it's up to 4, and that's the cleanup man, Franmil Reyes, who hits that one high, deep, and gone. We are tied at 4. Beautiful swing by Franmil Reyes, who also has not hit for great contact, only hitting around 220. But that pop is certainly there. His 10th home run of the season, the first Guardian to reach 10 home runs, and we are tied at 4. The Angels surprisingly keep Canning in the game, and that backfires as Josh Bell goes deep in a left center. Little oppo-poppo. Bell is now driven in 3 runs today, his 9th of the year. And the Guardians lead for the first time today as it's 5-4 with 5 straight runs. So from there, the Angels make their pitching change. Jose Suarez is in as he faces off against Med Rosario, the lefty killer. And he didn't really kill the lefty there. Instead, it's a fly out to center, caught by Trout. Good inning, though. Back-to-back home runs by Reyes and Bell will put the Guardians ahead 5-4. The flame-throwing Camilo Duvall is in here in the top of the 7th for Cleveland. He's had a great season so far. His day, on the other hand, does not start off great. The leadoff hitter, David Dahl, crushes it into right center field. That one is gone, and we are now tied up at 5. Both offenses keeping it close. Dahl with his second home run of the year. So now this one is knotted up once again. And again, it's the end of the Angels lineup who's doing all this damage. Max Stassi goes down on the slider. Camilo Duvall now trying to take his aggression out on these hitters as he faces off against Rafael Ortega, who goes down at the high 98-mile-an-hour two-seam fastball. Good inning, though, for the Angels as they tie it off of a solo home run by David Dahl. Into the 8th, James Karinchak is in for Cleveland. He had a poor year last year, but this season he's been very good as he strikes out Shohei Ohtani. Ohtani and Trout both still hitless today. It's impressive that the Angels lineup has done so well with both of them struggling. Mike Myers is on the mound for the Angels in the bottom of the 8th. He has not had a great season with an ERA at 6.91. With one out, Ketel Marte singles into center for his first hit of the game. Marte has not played as well as he did last year. He hasn't been bad, but he hasn't necessarily been great either. Jose Ramirez now grounds it to second. That'll be a double play. Rough day offensively for Ramirez, who continues to be in a major cold spell. So 5-5 going into the 9th inning. Karinchak still in the game. That might prove to be a mistake. Rendon with another base hit into right. He continues to just mash the ball. Diaz now grounds it to the pitcher. Karinchak wants to get the out at second. Throws off. Everybody is safe. So now there's 2 runners on base with nobody out. And from there, Cleveland's going to take Karinchak out of the game. He's going to be replaced by the closer, Emmanuel Clase. It's not a save situation, but he was the only loose pitcher in the bullpen, and he's going to be the guy to get you out of the jam. He is this team's best pitcher. That one will be an out. Very close play at first. The sac bunt almost led to a base hit. Still a good play for Dahl nonetheless, as there's runners in scoring position with one away for Max Stassi, who flies this one into right. That's more than enough room for Rendon to sacrifice up. The throw from Naylor is not in time, so Anthony Rendon will score, and the Angels now lead 6-5. Los Angeles back ahead. That run will go against Karinchak. David Fletcher is now up. He's going to deflect that one off of the leg of Emmanuel Clase. Fletcher is safe at first, so the inning stays alive a little bit longer. Runners now on the corners. That'll bring up Rafael Ortega, who singles into right field. Another run scores, and the Angels make it 7-5. That runner also was against Karinchak. So the Angels lead by 2. Now it's Mike Trout who pops this one into right, caught by Josh Naylor. Mike Trout finishes 0 for 5 today. Shohei Ohtani finishes 0 for 4. Neither of them reached base once. Yet the rest of the Angel lineup kind of dominated. We move to the bottom of the 9th. Cleveland down by 2, looking to somehow pull off a comeback, as it's Raisel Iglesias in for the save. He's been perfect in save opportunities this year, 14 of 14. Looking to add another one. 2-2 pitch for Franmil Reyes. Big swing and a miss. Now, unfortunately, on that play, we have an injury. Raisel Iglesias hurt his leg, so he is not going to stay in the game. So now it will be Aaron Loop, the lefty, in for the save. His season has not been anywhere near as good as Raisel Iglesias, with an ERA at 6.75 as he faces off against Ahmed Rosario. Hits that one up the middle for a single. So with 2 away, Rosario is aboard. The tie-in run is at the plate. It's Josh Naylor, who homered earlier. Naylor does struggle against lefties, so this might not be the best situation for him, but there's nobody really better on the bench. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. Naylor goes down on the slurve, and unfortunately, we do not complete the clean sweep today. The AA team won, the AAA team won, the Major League team does not. They fall victim to the Los Angeles Angels 7-5 in what ended up being a pretty exciting game for the most part. Both offenses were pretty good. Both pitching staffs, on and off, I would say. They had some good stretches, and they had some not good stretches. 12 hits for the Angels, 8 for us. Anthony Rendon, 3 for 4, probably their best bat. They had a homer for Dahl. But of course, Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani were pretty much no-shows. Griffin Canning wasn't great, but their bullpen was fantastic. As for us, the offense was decent. Josh Bell had a good game. Reyes and Naylor also go deep. Karinchak gets the loss. The 2 runs are against him, but they're not earned runs because he actually had a pair of errors somehow. I guess the one throw to second was offline, so they counted that as an error. So it's not an earned run against Karinchak, but he still gets the loss. Elliot Ramos, indeed, with a concussion. He'll be out 1 to 2 weeks. Very unfortunate. So if his injury and Narvaez's, we have 2 open spots on the Major League roster. We're going to bring up Jalen Davis and Carlos Santana to get some outfield and catching depth, because Santana obviously can play catcher. We're going to simulate these next 7 games, 1 against the Angels, 3 at home against Toronto, 3 on the road at Yankee Stadium against the Yankees. We would go 5-2 in that stretch, beating the Angels, taking 2 of 3 against Toronto, 2 of 3 against New York. So we're 27-18, heading into a pivotal stretch here in late May with 2 series against the Royals, 2 against the White Sox, who are both right behind us in the division. And after that, the following episode will be the MLB draft. We're going to introduce ourselves to some of the top prospects in the next episode, which should be fun. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Peace out.